snap open. My head is pounding. My mouth is dry. I taste blood. I push myself up from the damp sand, my muscles screaming in protest. The air is thick, humid, carrying the sharp scent of salt and something earthy. I turn my head and see it. The plane. It's twisted, broken, a carcass rusting on the beach. But it's wrong, completely wrong. The metal is dull, covered in moss and vines as if it has been sitting here for years. But that's impossible. I was just on that plane. We were flying, Sarah and I. Sarah. I forced myself up, legs trembling beneath me. I stumbled toward the wreckage. The cabin is empty, seats torn apart, swallowed by nature. Vines curl around metal, grass pushes through cracks in the floor. A skeleton of what once was. No bodies, no sign of life, no sign of Sarah. I feel my breath quicken. I need to find her. The jungle looms ahead, dark and dense, the canopy shifting slightly as if something inside is watching. I take a step forward, then another, pushing past thick vines. The heat presses in, sweat mixing with the dried blood on my temple. Each step sends pain lancing through my body, but I keep moving. Sarah is out there. The jungle is a maze of towering trees, gnarled roots, and thick brush that seem to pull at my limbs. My feet sink into the damp earth, my lungs burn. Every sound makes my heart jump. The distant call of a bird, the rustle of unseen creatures. Then up ahead, through the dense green, I see it. A rope bridge, old, weathered, hanging over a deep gully, a river raging beneath it, and standing in the center of the bridge, a person. I freeze. Hello? The figure doesn't move. Hey, can you hear me? Nothing. I push through the brush, trying to get a better look. The figure is still there, just standing, silent, watching. My heart pounds against my ribs. I stumble over a root, and for a moment, I lose sight of them. When I look back up, they're gone. The bridge creaks in the wind, swaying slightly. My breath catches in my throat. Then, movement, on the far side of the bridge. Sarah! I see her just beyond the trees. She turns, disappears into the jungle. I have to get to her. I take a step onto the bridge. The wood groans under my weight. The ropes creak. My eyes flick down. The river crashes over jagged rocks, churning, hungry. I grip the ropes, swallowing hard. One step, then another. The bridge shifts beneath me, swaying with every movement. The wind whistles through the gorge, rattling the old wood. The middle. Almost there. My knuckles are white on the ropes. I keep my eyes ahead, forcing myself forward. Every step feels like the last one I'll take. Then, solid ground. I collapse on the other side, gasping, my hands clutching the damp earth. My head spins. The exhaustion is too much. My body feels heavy. The jungle whispers around me. The bridge sways behind me. Sarah. I close my eyes. I stood frozen at the top of the stone steps, my breath shallow, my heart pounding in my chest. The massive door before me pulsed with an unnatural glow, casting long, flickering shadows across the porch. This was my house, our house, but not our house. It was as if someone had plucked it from reality and twisted it into something unrecognizable. Something wrong. The whisper drifted through the thick jungle air again, chilling me to the bone. You should not have come. I clenched my fists, my voice shaking with desperation. Who are you? Where's Sarah? Silence. The jungle around me was too quiet. No birds, no insects, just the sound of my own ragged breathing. I stepped closer, pressing my palm against the heavy wooden door. It was warm, too warm, like it had been absorbing heat from some unseen force. The moment my skin made contact, the door groaned and shuddered, unlocking with a deep, echoing thud. The strange light spilled through the widening crack, illuminating the dark interior. I hesitated. Every fiber of my being screamed at me to turn back. to run. But where would I go? The wreckage of the plane, the abandoned jungle, the ghostly figure on the bridge. Nothing made sense. But this house, this impossible house, felt like it held the answers. With a deep breath, I stepped inside. Sarah? The air was thick, heavy with the scent of damp wood and something faintly metallic. The walls were adorned with pictures. Our pictures, Sarah and I on our wedding day. Sarah and I standing in front of this very house, beaming with pride. But something was off. In every single photograph, our eyes were blurred out, smudged into dark, featureless voids. I swallowed hard. Sarah? A floorboard creaked above me. I jerked my head up, my pulse hammering. The house was alive with an eerie energy, and I could feel it creeping into my bones. I took a hesitant step forward, my feet feeling heavier with every movement, like the air itself was resisting me. I reached the base of the staircase. The second floor loomed above, shrouded in darkness. Something about it felt wrong, as if the very shape of it was shifting when I wasn't looking. Another creak. Then a whisper. Leave! Leave now! I tightened my grip on the wooden railing, forcing myself to climb. One step, another. Each one groaned under my weight, the sounds stretching unnaturally in the silence. The hallway at the top was lined with doors. Some were ours, our bedroom, the guest room, my study. But others I didn't recognize. Doors that shouldn't be here. Doors that seemed impossibly tall, their wood dark and warped as if aged for centuries. A cold draft leaked from beneath them, carrying with it a distant sound, whispering, laughing, something scratching against the other side. My stomach clenched. A door at the very end of the hall stood slightly ajar. A faint golden light seeped through the crack, flickering like candlelight. It was the bedroom, but not how I remembered it. I opened the French doors that led out to the balcony. The warm night air brushed against my face, carrying with it the scent of damp earth and salt from the distant shore. My heart pounded in my chest as I stepped forward, gripping the wooden railing. The jungle stretched out before me, its dense canopy shifting in the wind, whispering secrets I couldn't understand. And beyond it, just beyond the tangled vines and ancient trees, the beach, the wreckage, the plane that had brought me here, mangled, decayed, swallowed by time. Then I heard it, a low hum at first, distant, then a roar, a plane. My breath hitched as I tilted my head skyward, my mind struggling to process what I was seeing. A dark silhouette against the star-streaked sky, its engines whining, struggling. Then, a bang. A plume of smoke billowed from the aircraft's underbelly, the sound of metal groaning, breaking apart. It was falling, spiraling down, down, down. No, I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. It was happening again. The same descent, the same fire streaking across the heavens, the same crash course. The plane was going down, to the exact same place where I had crashed. The jungle trembled as the impact sent a shockwave through the island. A violent eruption of flames lit up the night, staining the sky with thick black smoke. The explosion rocked the ground beneath me, yet I stood frozen, my fingers gripping the railing so hard my knuckles turned white. I knew before I even whispered her name. I knew. Sarah had arrived. Sarah was home, together again, forever.
Hi, it's Sarah Jenkins, checking in.
I'm sorry, Miss Jenkins. You have just missed that flight.